morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1011. Happy Monday, rainy days and Mondays here in Madison, Wisconsin. We've got had some showers this morning, just about an hour ago, maybe. It's Monday. I didn't oversleep. I just decided not to wake up on time. So it was a fun, busy day at the Janesville Card Show yesterday. And what I did what I do yesterday. And that's after a long day at the card show. I came home. I drank a couple spotted cows. I looked at my cards. And that's kind of fun. I'm yearning for the day. And I could have made it yesterday. I could make it any day I want. But I need to figure out how to get myself organized. And that is, I'm anticipating the day when I can come home from a card show with my spotted cow, look at my cards, grab my Cubs cards, and log them into Trading Card Database. I'm looking forward to that day because I added quite a bit to my PC yesterday. I went in yesterday, I went in kind of like, if I find something, I'll buy it. So I did buy some things. I had somebody come to me, said, hey, I got some Bowman Cubs. Bought from him. Went through some bargain boxes, bought from them. And then had somebody walk to my table asking, hey, do you buy? And I'm like, well, I only buy Cubs. And he's like, I don't have any on me, but I live here in town. I'll run home and get some. And I'm like, okay. He's probably going to be disappointed because I'm not going to buy anything from him because it's probably going to be something I have or something I don't want at the price. And he brought stuff back and pile of Cubs. I picked out a few and I'm like, I'm interested in these. What's your price? We played that game and he finally gave me a number and it was actually a number that I really liked. So I bought those. So I'll share those here in a little bit. We had dinner on Saturday night with the notorious MIL and then a family friend. And we went to Eno Vino Wanakee. And it was, I don't go to Wanakee much. My wife does real estate up there sometimes. But it's not like Wanakee's kind of like the Madison suburb that there's no reason to go there. It's not like Middleton, you have Costco. Verona also has Costco. Fitchburg has the Target. Monona has a Walmart. Like some of these other outlying cities have destination retail spots. Wanakee doesn't. They've got about what every other suburb has. So they've got an Eno Vino. Even though there's an Eno Vino like literally less than a mile away, we're going to Wanakee. It was good. It was good. It was okay. They were pretty busy. They were understaffed. I had the center cut filet, which is always decent. It's good. Had some truffle fries dipped in mayo. And I'm like, so I told my wife about how I talk about dipping my fries in mayo. And she's like, this is garlic aioli. I'm like, it's just a fancy mayo. It's just mayo with a fancy name. So people don't say, ew, mayo. Garlic aioli. So I had some of that. So it was good. That was on Saturday night. And of course, the Janesville Card Show yesterday. I see the Bargain Boxer has a comment down here. I have another Peoria Show recap story. If anyone is interested, we are all interested. Yes. Please share. We love card show stories. So go ahead and type that in the box. We'd love to hear it. So did I talk about my pro day? Yeah, because I ripped the rest of my pro debut on Friday night. A lot of that stuff is now listed in my eBay store. Most of the hits now, there it is scrolling at the bottom of your screen, also in the description to this video. Looks like I've got a small pile of, these must be autographs. So these I'll have to get uploaded into my eBay store today. Yes, I was wondering last night, where are my autographs? Because I haven't listed any of my autographs. But most of these are like like $5 autos. But that's the thing about Topps Pro Debut. This one will be more. Drew Gilbert, that one will sell for a decent amount compared to what the box price is. And that's the thing. Like my most expensive card that I pulled sold for $68. But the thing is, that's about what a box costs. And this is a product I don't expect to make. I don't expect hits to reach that, even at that $65, $70 price point. It's really Topps Pro Debut, Topps Heritage Minors. It's a base hit product. You're only paying, between $50 and $70 a box. So your hits are going to be 20, your biggest hits are going to be $20 to $50. And if you get lucky, you'll get one that's more than that. So I was happy with my break. It's a fun break. It's a trickle. The sales this weekend weren't what I expected. I thought I would get a lot more sales on Pro Debut. It was really kind of a slow trickle, but I'm okay with that because this is a product that is a slow trickle product. And, I missed out on the first to market. Some singles were hitting the market on Saturday on eBay last Saturday. I didn't get my case until Friday afternoon, late Friday. So, I missed out on some of those early sales where people are gobbling up all the singles, but that's okay because as the off season, I'll have buyers for Drew Gilbert and Logan Tanner and, players like that will move. Jackson Holiday, stuff like that. So I think that, and that's why, as a volume seller, this is the perfect product for me because it moves and I don't have to rely on a big hit to recoup my money on the wax. So if you're interested in Topps Pro Debut singles, I've got some of the base. I still need to list like the rest of the 7 boxes worth of chrome, 7 boxes worth of base, and then those few autographs that I just showed. And I think there's a couple color parallels that I still yet have to list. So I'll get those up here in the next couple days. Those will be available. Of course, you buy 7 or more at regular price, and you'll receive 25% off at checkout. So Bargain Boxer we're talking card shows today. He was in Peoria. I go back to Peoria yesterday, and on the last table I went to, the guy was live streaming on Whatnot. Red flag. Then I pull 10 cards from his bargain box. Oh, and he's leaving us with a cliffhanger. I pulled 10 cards from his bargain box. I ask, how much? Uh-oh. Bargain Boxer. Leaving us on the cliff. So Randy's gonna finish his story. What else did I do this weekend? Saturday. What did I do Saturday? Saturday actually was kind of a refreshing day. Here's the rest of Randy's story. Refreshing day Saturday. I'll leave you on a cliffhanger. I ask how much for the cards. He pulls 2 cards. Keep in mind, this is 3 days into the show on a Sunday afternoon. It says, can't sell those. Those are PC cards. And he puts them under the table. What the hell? My God. And you know what? If a dealer did that to me, and I'm sure Randy's doing the same thing, you will never go back to that table, that dealer again. That is just bad business, especially if it's like before the show or like early on into the show. I can let it pass. Like before the show, certainly. A little bit into the show, it's still kind of a gray area, but 3 days into the show and I can't sell those. That's just bad business. So that's a dealer that I would never go back to. Saturday was a nice, refreshing day. I did my shipping and listing and shipping. And then I was listing. I think what I needed, I didn't want to sit at my computer scanning and listing this way. I wanted to just hit the couch. What us couch people do. And I got like a lot of my shipping done early on in the day. So by the time 2:30, Wisconsin Badger, Illinois Fighting Illini kickoff, I was hitting the couch. So I was listing some of my hits from the couch, watching the Badgers and Illini. The Badgers suck, man. It's depressing. It's because I thought the Bears were going to be good too. Hey, the Bears won yesterday. But the Badgers, I thought, man, this is going to be new coach, bringing in all this talent. And it's so, but they did win. They did beat the Illini. Illinois should have won that game, but the Badgers came back and won. So hooray for the Badgers. Now they've got a tough test this Saturday. Badgers and the Ohio State Buckeyes in Madison, Camp Randall. Don't forget, this Saturday is the Madison Card Show. Sold out, 125 dealer tables. Stick around. Go to the show. Come out to the show at the Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive, and then just sneak on in and do some tailgating or go to the game Saturday. I think it's a 6:30 kickoff at Camp Randall Stadium, Wisconsin, Ohio State. Be a much different result if the Redbirds from Illinois State were in town. Ohio State is in town Saturday night against the Badgers. So let's see. Let's go into the chat. Kyle's in the house. What's going on, Kyle? Good morning to you. I am late this morning just because I wanted to be. I just decided I'm not ready to wake up just yet. Good morning, Red Light 34. What's happening? Steve's in the house. What's going on? Red Light wants to know, how was the card show? It was good. It was really good. It was really good. I just kind of a Cliff Notes version before I dive right in. From a sales standpoint, I did probably a little less than I expected going in, but as I started putting my inventory out, setting up, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't bring a bunch of stuff. And I ended up making more than what I thought I would. So that's a good thing. But from a buying standpoint, I didn't buy a lot, but what I did buy was a great deal. And of course, the camaraderie. Sean Marshall, former Cubs pitcher. He's now an analyst on the Marquee Network. Him and his whole family were there. They hung out. I was out in the front hall, and there's some tables next to where I was. So they just kind of posted up there. Sean bought some cards from me. We talked baseball. We talked cards. His kids were doing some trades. We did some trades. So it was that was pretty cool talking to him. Everyone hit the thumbs up. Thank you, sir. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. So all in all, great show in Janesville on Sunday, and I'll talk more about it. David, good morning. What's up? Just George is in the house. Good evening to you. Flawed Thinker says, good morning. Replace the Redskins O-line, please. How about the Bears? After the show, I did go to Buffalo Wild Wings with a buddy of mine and his wife, and watched a little bit of football. I think the Bears game was just wrapping up as I got there, but watched first half of the late afternoon games. Harlan, good morning. Boston Smoke is here. What's happening? Donald Davis, good morning. Double A Cards is in the house. What's happening? JW, good morning. Let's see. Ken says my under $500 grail out for delivery today. I think, and I probably won't talk about it today, but I do want to touch on it at some point this week. It'll be my topic. It is a buyer's market out there, which is great news for collectors. Not so great news for us that do sales, especially if you're doing it full time. It's a really soft market out there. So what do you do in a soft market? Well, you keep listing, but you also put a kind of you start buying. And because that's where the deals are, you can get some good deals. It's especially in the baseball market, it's soft because we're going into the off season. Things are going to come back around. But on the bad side, it's a soft market. As a seller, I am getting so many effing low ball offers. It's driving me insane. Now, it shouldn't, but it's like every pro debut hit I had on, it's like I had on the red speckle Ronnie Mauricio, I had listed it for $100, which I knew it was worth less than that, but that's my starting point. There's none other out there. Reds are rare of 5. I had somebody offer me $3. And they even were bold enough to say in the comment section, fair offer. Fair offer my ass. So that was the old dirty decline. I did a lot of dirty declines this weekend. And I know you should always counter. But sometimes I don't. Like if you're going to send me a $3 offer on a $100 listing, F off. I'm just going to dirty decline it. And it ended up selling at $68, which that was a fair offer. And I did sit on the offer for a while because I had just listed it. So, I mean, it was, I think that offer came in. I listed that card Saturday afternoon. That offer came in Saturday night. And then I think there were 2 hours remaining. I'm like, you know what? This is probably the best offer that's going to come. So I'll take it. So was on eBay less than 24 hours, or maybe a little more than 24 hours. But yeah, so it's a soft market, which is good news and bad news. So I think maybe tomorrow I'm going to talk about that and some of the deals that I've been getting, and I need to start looking for deals to flip. You know, the deals that I've been buying are for my PC Cubs collection. Shane's in the house. Good morning. Let's see. We talked about Randy's story. Max is here. So the two worst teams in the NFL are in the NFC North, right? It's appearing to look like that. Although, hey, Carolina, they're pretty bad too. Did they play yesterday? So it's like the Bears win. It's like, man. Let's see. So we got to root for, Carolina still 0-6. So that's good. So we want Carolina to be bad. Arizona's still 1 win, 1-6. The Bears are now 2-5. The Giants are also 2-5. So that's in the NFC. So the Bears are tied for the third worst record in the NFC. AFC, we've got the Patriots at 2-5. And the Broncos at 2-5. So the NFC has the worst of the worst right now. So Bears still hanging in there with a near top 5 pick on their own. And looks like Carolina right now in the driver's seat for the number 1 overall pick, which goes to the Bears. Carolina's first rounder goes to Chicago. But the Packers lost, and it's good to see the Packers lose. I texted a couple of my former coworkers who are big-time Packer fans, and I said something smart-ass to them, and one of them said, it looks like my Sundays are freeing up the next few months. Let's see. Bargain Boxer says, then he takes the other cards and says, I need to comp the rest of these. I said, keep them. What a dick. That's just terrible. That's terrible. Tom Gibson, I picked a good year to be injured during a Peoria Card Show. Yeah, and like the only Peoria Card Show, isn't there only like one a year? It's at the River, is it the River Center, which I think is it next weekend or maybe in 2 weeks? Will you be healed up for the next Peoria Card Show? And that one, a lot smaller, well, should have been a lot smaller, is probably the better one to go to than what they had this past weekend. Bargain Boxer says he needs to stop going to shows. And rough Saturday afternoon for my Illini. Hey, it was pretty rough for the Badgers, too. It was just a bad, ugly game. Bargain Boxer says we suck. The Illini suck. The Badgers suck. The Bears suck. The Packers suck. Let's see. You just picked the wrong show this weekend. Janesville was amazing. I just wish I could have had time to buy from other dealers. Yeah, because I did. I got some great deals. So I'm glad that was Max's first appearance, I believe, in Janesville. It's Max does Pokemon, and that's a huge seller in Janesville. In fact, Mike and John, the promoters, have tossed around the idea of doing a TCG only show in Janesville because it is that popular. Dan's in the house. What's up, Dan? He has an 89 Fleer Billy Ripken black box for $7 shipped. There you go. Hit up Dan if you're in the market for a Billy Ripken black box. Ken says, my Sunday was working on the car, including 3 trips to Ace and Florida AutoZone. Holy shit. I couldn't even find an Ace or an AutoZone. I'm sure nobody is surprised by that. If you include the initial trip for the first part on Saturday. I also don't know what working on a car is. Although I do need, I'm driving yesterday. I'm like, damn, this car is filthy. I need to go get it detailed because I'm not, and it's cold. I don't want to sit out in the driveway and detail my car. Back in high school, like, was anybody else like this? You had when you're 16, you just had a beater car, right? But that was your car and you took such great care of it. Even though I beat the shit out of it on the road, I would wax it. I would go by, me and my friends would hang out at Walmart on Friday night because we were cool like that. And we'd go buy Armor Maguire's. Ooh, that's the expensive stuff. We'd buy the frickin' air smelly things, put those in the mirror, looking at accessories. I had an 89 Pontiac Sunbird with like the hubcaps that just pop off. You see them on the side of the road all the time. You get those shiny, like plastic. They look like chrome, but they're just $20 plastic rims. Wax my car every Sunday. My 89 Pontiac Sunbird. It's like the older you get, at least for me, like I'm not a gearhead. I'm sure people that like their cars, now it's like, it's just a car. It's a much nicer car than my 89 Sunbird. It's like, I'll have somebody else detail. I don't want to detail it anymore. I got baseball cards to sell, right? Zach and Porter, good morning. Roma show was awesome. Favorite bargain guys, Jeff. I got 2 good and rookies. And a Jose tops traded for $25 each, and he paid sticker. Oof. Paid stick. Never paid sticker, Zach. Come on. I think I paid sticker yesterday. I did not negotiate. I had, how many buys did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 separate transactions. I did not negotiate one of them. What a loser I am. I'll go back to that. We'll talk about what I bought in Janesville yesterday. That's awesome to hear. That was, I think Roma's in Racine. His favorite bargain box guy. Hey, by the way, Zach and Porter's favorite bargain box guy, Jeff. You can see him this Saturday at the Madison Card Show, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. And Jeff will be set up right next to me, upstairs, back wall. I'll have my bargain boxes. Jeff will have his bargain boxes. And then Eric on the other side. And many, many more great dealers at the Madison Card Show next Saturday. Zach got a lot of cool football and cards. Hey, you'll be happy to know Sean Marshall, former Chicago Cub. He was looking through my dollar boxes, and one of his sons was looking through the dollar boxes. And so Sean was looking for baseball cards. His kids were all like looking for basketball cards. So Sean's looking through the baseball, and guess what he pulled out, Zach? The 1990 Topps Frank Thomas. And he's like, man, for $1? So he put that in his spout. Funny thing is, his kid came back, and we were doing, like, his kids were coming back and doing trades. And so his kid, Sean was still at my table, and his kid, and this is a little while later, his youngest son came up and he's like, will you trade for this? And Sean goes, hey, that's mine. Hey, that's mine. I just bought that. So that was funny. So Sean Marshall pulled out Frank Thomas, 90 Topps rookie card. And so he's our age. So that was like, I mean, that's our wheelhouse, right? 1990 Topps, Frank Thomas. Mark Marinello, good morning. Got my tickets for Christmas Con in Edison, New Jersey, December 8th. Most of the actors and actresses will be there to sign, including Lacey Chabert. I'll be first in line. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I watched the Hallmark movie on Friday night. I didn't watch, I think there was one on last night. I just hung out upstairs. Didn't watch. My wife I think she did kind of give me a surprise. You're not downstairs watching Hallmark Christmas movies. Like, not tonight, honey. Not tonight. Christmas Con. Very cool. December 8th. I think, speaking of Christmas, I think we will do the Couch People Christmas Party December 16th. And I think that was kind of what I said tentatively. It's looking like that. So my wife is not going to Florida until January, till after the holidays. I have my Club 400 Christmas party. Hasn't been set. So once that's set in stone, then I can set our Couch People Christmas party in stone for December 16th. But it's sounding like the Club 400 party will be December 9th. So I'll be down at Club 400 for that. And then it looks like we'll do the Couch People Christmas party again, tentatively Saturday, December 16th. Collector's Dream. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Vag not. If you send me a $3 offer, a $100 listing, I'm going to counter at 99. I try to avoid that just because some people are crazy. And I don't, like, this is my business. And I don't want to get into a pissing match with some crazy psycho. So I'm just like, decline. And if they keep coming back or if they message me something stupid, then it's just the old block button. Hey, by the way, speaking of wild and crazy, I told James is the only person that knows about this. Where's James at? He was at my table yesterday. So I received a message on Saturday on eBay. And I've been on eBay for 25 years now. And as a buyer and a seller. And I've done over 100,000 transactions. And I have never had this scenario sent to me. Over 100,000 transactions, 25 years on eBay. I received the following message from a zero account eBay member. I'm going to read this verbatim. Hendrickson Woods, Dawn, Jefferson Elementary School. Looking for Christina Billman, a.k.a. Bo/Luke. Please contact me if this is you. Email, but the site won't allow. Please don't sell these, likely are stolen from a break in a home in 1980s. So 40 years ago. Okay. The card in question, a 1985 Minnesota Vikings police Scott Studwell. Okay. I simply responded, I have no idea who any of those people are. I think they were banned because shortly after I received from eBay an important security alert for your account. Hello, 1 million Cubs. It looks like you may have been in touch with you, Kanisla 31, and we want to let you know that some security concerns have come up with this account. We recommend taking some precautions to make sure your account stays secure. And all all that. So I think basically the reason eBay sent that message was because that eBay member was trying to contact me through other means. Like, I'm trying to email you, trying to get information, and eBay's like shutting that down real quick because they don't want you to do transactions off eBay. So I think that's why eBay said it wasn't like it could have been a scammer, I guess. But that was very specific and just bizarre. I'm sorry if your Scott Studwell was stolen 40 years ago. So that was weird. That's a first. That's a first in my eBay career. JW says, go Bears, a lot of 2s and 5s in our division. Yeah, right? $3 for any red of a young prospect is a blockable offense. Yeah, it was, especially with the comment fair offer. It's like, come on, dude. This is an absurd offer. And then when it sells for when I'm already sitting on a $68 offer and you say your $3 offer is fair. No. No. There's a big disparity between $3 and $68. I missed the Bears game because Fox decided to air the Lions game, and look what happened. See, there you go. There you go. Rep and Rajon, what's up? Long time since I made it live. Hope you've been well. You also. All things are going well here. Says, I'd estimate that I straight up decline about 20% of offers. If you offer less than 50% of my asking price, you can go ahead and F right off. I don't decline that many because a lot of my inventory is like $1.50, $1.75, $2. So when people offer, like on many of those, $1 is a fair offer if you're buying multiple. Now, $1, if you're going to offer me $1 on a $1.50 Clark Elliott card, I'm going to counter it like $1.40, and I still don't want to sell it at $1.40, but I will. But if you offer me $1 on Clark Elliott and $1 on ET and $1 on a Mark McGuire and a Jose Canseco, and you've got like 7 of them, I'd gladly take your $1 offer on all 7 of them because then it's worthwhile for me. You would be surprised. Sometimes I've had like $3 cards that somebody offers me $1 and I'll counter it $2.50 and they accept. And it's like, oh, okay. They just wanted the card at the cheapest price, which, hey, as a buyer myself, I understand. Tom Gibson, the one at the Riverplex hasn't been advertised yet, so I'm not sure what's up with that. I have a friend who's setting up as a dealer, so it's going to be there. I think it's in 2 weeks. I think it's the first Saturday in November, I think. I wonder if it's on, and yeah, you're right. I don't think they advertise that one very well. Riverplex Card Show, Peoria. On any of the Beckett sites or anything. Peoria Park District. Oh, that was last year. It was 2017. Last year, it was the first Saturday in November. Looks like it is this up to this is a website. Sports Auction and Card Show, November 3rd, Sunday. Is that a just make sure Sunday is November 3rd? Nope. November 3rd is a Friday. So I don't know what year that is. But a buddy of mine did say he's setting up, because when I asked him about the Peoria show, I was asking about this past weekends. He's like, yeah, I'm setting up, but it's in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm like, oh. He's like, the Riverplex, right? And I'm like, oh, no, there's supposed to be a big show at the Louisville Slugger Complex. Let's see. Max says to Flawed, take Young out of your statement, and I still agree if it's of 5. Pretty much, yeah. There's usually a quarterly one at the Peoria Mall, but that hasn't happened this year as far as I know. The old mall shows. I wish promoters would do sports card only shows. I'm tired of so many Pokemon tables at shows. You know what? Pokemon is huge. I am shocked. I have, in fact, one of my buddies was at the show who used to set up, and he's like, dude, I'm shocked at how many Pokemon tables are at the show. And I'm like, hey, people come out, and you know, if the people come out, like, I'm an equal opportunity card show promoter, so bring them on. If they want to set up and sell, and people come out to buy, it's a win-win. Flawed Thinker says, went through some bargain 3 cards for $1 boxes, found some PC and Masahiro Tanaka rookies and pre-rookies, along with a Chet Holmgren Prism rookie. Chet goes between $5 and $10. Not bad for a total of 3. I love it. Hit those bargain boxes. You'll be surprised. You might be surprised what I show you, what I found in some bargain boxes yesterday. Max says there was one table that I did stop at yesterday, though, that I saw some stuff I would have bought, but it was like $1 to $10 stuff with no pricing. Don't be lazy. Price your shit. Yes. Price that shit. Let's see. Tom says, if I can rehab at the same pace as Aaron Rodgers, I should be able to be back at a card show in a couple more weeks. There you go. Johnny Boy Cards, happy Monday. Brian's in the house. What's going on? Good morning, Andy Mack. Dan says, I see a private signing with Sammy Sosa, $120 for cards. which I think is a pretty for Sammy because he doesn't do like any signings. I don't know if I have any. I'm sure I do. I'm sure I have like a card, an on card from some product. I know I don't have a Sammy Sosa. I'd want a baseball. Collector's dream. Former players want too much for autographs. Some, many, yes. Let's see. Dan says the prices are often determined by the promoter. Yeah, usually it starts with the player. Although when I've like talked to various agents and athletes about doing signings, like early on when I was doing the Madison Card Show, I'd thought about it. And there's not like, what's annoying is you reach out and it's like, hey, I'm interested in this athlete to sign. How much? Well, how much will you pay? Like, send us an offer. Like, wait, no, I want your service. You set the price. That's how I work. So I ended up never working with anybody because they never set the price. You give me a price and I'll say yes or no. Or we can negotiate. Oh, the N word, negotiate. So that's, and then I didn't need autograph signings because, there was people coming through the doors, and that's usually for card show. That's kind of, you try to get people through the doors with the catch, the hook of an autograph signing. So yeah. And so a lot of times a player will just demand a high price and then the promoter has to make it work. And so like you pay, Sammy wants 20 grand, but he's only going to sign for an hour. You got to set your price high. So the promoter does set the pricing in most instances, but he's setting the price based on the total fee he's got. Like Sammy's going to charge X amount for his time, plus probably travel. So, say it's going to cost $23,000 for Sammy Sosa to come out to a card show or to do a private signing. Well, he's only going to sign for X amount. How many autographs can he sign in that time? You got to set your price based on what you can make a little bit of money on by paying Sammy. I'm getting better at not messaging sellers who have Burley cards significantly overpriced holding for ransom. Flawed Thinker says, I tried to pick up a 1967 Mantle PSA 6 in Chantilly. Guy wanted $650, but it sells between $450 and $500. I told him I'd give him $500, but he just wouldn't come down. I know Mickey sells, but $150 over comps. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Here, speaking of comps, I had another message. So I have sometimes, and this may be an example, that just might be eye candy. That Mickey Mantle in his showcase might just be eye candy. I have a Triple H WWF debut ticket stub. I was at the event, 5th row. And I hoard everything. And so I still have it from 1995, April 30th or 28th of 1995. And I ended up finding, I was like looking all over, couldn't find it. Found it at the bottom of a mug that I held pencils and pens and markers in. So it's in pretty rough condition. But it's sentimental, but it's a very rare piece, even though it's in poor condition. It's very rare. I haven't seen another one. It was at the Mark of the Quad Cities, Moline, Illinois. It was TV. It was like a 6-hour TV taping. So it's not like, and how many people were keeping WWF TV taping from a Wednesday night in 1995? Not many, I would assume. Not many hoarders like me. So I got a message, and I have it listed in my eBay store for $1,000 or best offer. Now, realistically, would I take? I know I would not take less than $500 for this ticket because I don't want to sell it. But if somebody came in and said, I'll give you $800 for it, $700, it's like I'll probably take that, and I'm probably going to submit. I'm probably going to get it slabbed. So I had a message. What's your best price? ? So I do have on this piece, I do have like auto decline set below. I think it's set to like 500. I don't know. I made an offer a long time ago and it was rejected. Then one today and rejected. I'd love to offer more, but tickets are all about condition, and it doesn't get worse than this. So thank you for knocking my item, but yet you want to buy it. Like that's not a good strategy for, that strategy does not work for me. It's in really shitty condition. I'll give you this much. Well, if it's in really shitty condition, you shouldn't want it, right? Okay, I'm interested and would pay $2 now for it. Well, that's not even close to what I would take for it. And the reason is I'm not motivated to sell. So I replied, I said, thanks for the interest. This is my personal ticket that I attended the show. I'm not motivated to sell. So, keep sending offers and, we're far off. If you're willing to only pay $200, we're not going to make a deal because I'm not going to sell it for that because I don't want to sell it for that. If you offer $700, I'll consider it and probably take it, but not 2, not 3, not 4, probably not even 5, maybe not even 6, 7, probably. But I'm just not motivated to sell. And sometimes, my buddy Mark, who when we went to Buffalo Wild Wings after the show yesterday, he used to set up at my show, and he kind of got out of. Now he just buys to. And his wife is like, I like it more now that he buys what he wants and not what he can resell for, because he kind of started doing that during the boom and lost on a lot of things, and still is sitting on slabs from that era. And, we were talking, he's like, toward the end of his dealing at card shows, it was like people were only interested in the stuff that he had in his showcase as eye candy. Like he had like a Walter Payton that it wasn't for sale, or an Ernie Banks wasn't for sale, a Jerry Garcia check, personal check, autograph, not for sale. And that's what everybody was interested in. They didn't want the Ken Griffey Jr. Donruss rated rookie slab or the Kobe Whites, the Bulls, the Jerry Garcia and the Walton's like, they're only interested in what I don't want to sell. I got that to bring people in. It brings people in, but if you're not willing to sell, like, is it, it might be doing a disservice at that point. Bargain Boxer says, Riverplex, November 5th. Thank you, sir. There you go. Peoria, Illinois, Riverplex, November 5th. I've actually set up at that show. I mean, it was like almost 10 years ago, but I did set up there back in 2014. Kyle says, I have an eBay double standard. I throw out lowball offers all the time on NASCAR, and 50% of the people accept. As an eBay seller, people like me annoy me, right? It does. I send lowball offers on Cubs. Oh, Randy corrects himself. That was last year. Let's see. Collector's Dream says, if the mantle card is well centered, they will sell over comp. Max says, shows wouldn't be full anymore if there weren't Pokemon tables at shows. That's true, Ken. That is very true, especially around here. I wouldn't sell out the Madison Card Show without Pokemon. There's just not enough sports card dealers anymore. A year ago, I could probably sell out the show with sports card dealers. Today, probably not the case. Johnny M, at least not on a month after month basis. Johnny M, good morning. Had a good weekend on the Bay. Getting ready to start listing on Buy Sports Cards. Going to give it a try for a bit. I would be curious to hear that. I have no interest in buysportscards.com. I'm also stubborn and stick to my one vertical, eBay. But I would be curious. I'm always curious to hear how other people are performing on various platforms. Brian says, managed to get rid of 800 plus 2021 Topps base for $40 shipped. Gave me so much more room for more cards. Love it. Max says, I don't have a ton of time to look at shows, but I can put together $20 out of a dollar value box quickly, but don't need for you to wait to give me a price. Absolutely. 100%. Zach says, buying a Frank rookie for $1 is 4D chess VA skill games type negotiating. Let's see. Flawed Thinker on the Mantle said it had decent eye appeal, but I think 150 over the highest most recent comp was asking too much. Collector's Dream agrees. Let's see. Dan says, if I had to get one Sammy card signed, it would probably be the 1990 Upper Deck. There you go. White Sox fan, White Sox card. One card for me, I don't know. See, my first option would be a baseball. I don't know what it would be for a card. Victor's in the house. Good morning. Big Bears win. Flawed Thinker says, I've wondered what the story was behind that ticket stub. Yeah. In fact, there is, you know what? Let's have a little fun. My Triple H debut ticket stub. Let's see. Let's see if we can find. Let's see if we can find me. Okay. We got to wait 15 seconds for the ad. For a brief moment, you can see me at the end of the match. He took on Rock and Roll Buck Zumhoff, who's a terrible person, at the Mark of the Quad Cities. It was a Superstars taping. Let's see. I'm just going to fast forward to the very end. So I was with my friend Luke. My mom took us. We were, I believe, in 7th grade. Let's see. I'm watching the match. Is this? Trying to pause it. This is riveting content. Me trying to watch a video that you can't see. Oh, shoot. I got the wrong video. That was his first Raw appearance. Okay. WWF debut. Here we go. Wrestling. It was Wrestling Challenge, not Superstars. This taping it was at the Mark of the Quad Cities in April of 95. I think the matches began at like 6:30. They taped Wrestling Challenge. I think they taped 2 weeks of Superstars. One of the other syndicated shows. It was a school night. I believe it was a Wednesday night. And my mom's like, okay, we got to leave at midnight. And there were still like 2 matches to go. Like, I don't think the matches ended until 1 a.m. We missed a couple of the main, but it's a TV taping. So there's like main events like throughout the matches. Okay. You can see me for a brief moment. See if I can get it to pause. Because I jump up. Oh, shit. Actually, you can see me right there. Oh, okay. Here we go. So this is Triple H. WWF debut. Okay. Let's see if I can. All right. Let's take this down. Let's go into full screen here and here. Okay. So you can see me right above. Okay. So look above the referee and you see the guy in the glasses. The kid right next to him is me. That is me as a 7th grader in 1995. The guy on the very far right of the screen, the guy in the glasses, I am right next to him. I am wearing a UMass basketball jersey. You can kind of see the neck there. Number 15, I was on the UMass basketball. That was Marcus Camby, Lou Rowe. So I was big big UMass Minutemen basketball fan. So that is me right there. Right there. And then, oh yeah, you can even see the UMass. You can even see the UMass on my jersey. Oh, that's freaking cool. So there you go. Probably don't want to play that too much. Get a strike. So there you go. That's the story behind my ticket stub in my eBay store for $1,000. The Triple H WWF debut. Carlo does vintage. Good morning. Check out how many Tyson Bagent cards sold on eBay yesterday. I gave up counting. And he's only got, I think he's in 4 products. He's in Score. He's in Prism Draft. He's in Select Draft and Wild Card. Actually, that's the reason I bought like 5 packs of Score a few weeks ago, was because that was like the only product in stores. There's probably Prism Draft, I guess, on shelves. But I did not pull a Tyson Bagent rookie card. So there you buy a few packs of Score, you pull a Bagent rookie, and you might be able to make your money back. Dan says, I will be doing the same pricing for my Ripken F-Face graded lot. Harlan says, did you see the Heritage auction for the Babe Ruth called shot? Yes. Currently at 6,000. My buddy, we were monitoring the various auction houses yesterday at Buffalo Wild Wings. I was following Robert Edward had the Ryan Sandberg Reading Phillies card in a PSA 6 as it went into extended bidding, and it was only at like 180, and that's like a over $500 card. And I'm like, oh my God. So I don't know what it sold for. I'm curious. Kind of kicking myself. But yeah, he showed me that the World Series called shot. I'm like, Jesus, it's an expensive ticket. Dan says, would you set up at the Peoria show now if you could set up other things to do that weekend? Can't imagine you'd only go for the show. I would not. Absolutely not. No, because there's just, I would have to, like, I don't think I have any friends in Peoria anymore. Certainly none that I would be like, hey, can I come crash at your place for the whole weekend? My mom lives about an hour away, and that's just, it's like, I don't want to drive 3.5 hours to Peoria and then drive back and forth an hour each day. So no, I would not. I am in multi-day shows, unless it's established like Dallas, Burbank, Chantilly, Philly, the Chicago Spectacular. Like, those are established shows. Some of these new and newer multi-day shows, it's just not worth it. And I think people that were in Peoria this weekend found that out. So no, I'm just not a multi-day. I just don't have the inventory for multi-day shows. So I like the big, the one-day shows. I like my circuit that I do: Madison, Janesville, Rockford. Let's see. Cooter, good morning. Dealers putting cards AI that are not for sale irritate me. I am not paying admission for others' show and tell. There you go. Dan says you don't have Chrome ad blocker add-on. I do not. If shows wouldn't be sold out with Pokemon, then the shows can be smaller. Also, just because something sells doesn't mean it needs to be at a sports card show. But see, I don't run a sports card show. I run a card show. So, old man, Ken's yelling at the clouds again. I run a card show. I don't discriminate. If you want to sell because there's Pokemon people out there. It's not for me, but just because it's not for me doesn't mean there's a market for it. Let's see. Link the vid in time. Okay, so here's, I think it's around this. Oh yeah, here's where. Shit, how do I link? Do I escape? There we go. So here is the link to Triple H's debut. I don't know if that's going to take you straight to. There you go. Bargain Boxer. I have an unused ticket when Kobe scored his 30,000th point. Any idea what that might be worth? I don't know the ticket market. I do not know the ticket market. There's probably I'm sure something like that. There's eBay comps, at least kind of give you an idea. Max says, imagine gatekeeping something that parents can do with their kids. I sell plenty of Pokemon to kids of parents that collect sports and vice. That's true. And there's a lot of cross. One of my dealers that used to be strictly Pokemon has gone into sports cards, and now they have part of their setup as sports cards. And a lot of, like Max says, like there's a lot of parents that they're looking at sports cards and their kids are looking for Pokemon. Ken says Bo is super excited for the debut of Terror. This is not his professional debut as Terror Rising. This was his WWF debut as the Connecticut Blue Blood Hunter Hurst Helmsley. I remember when the music hit, because 95, there were all these new gimmicks. And I remember when the music hit, me and my buddy Luke, we loved the new wrestlers that debuted. So it was Triple H's debut. It was also the debut of Radford. Now, not the debut of Louis Spicolli, because he had wrestled as a jobber for a few years for WWF before they actually gave him a gimmick. But I remember when Triple H's music hit, it was that dun, 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 and we're like, whoa, whose music is this? Like, whoa, this is a new character. We don't know who this is. Let's see. Jackie Robinson Japanese Menko sold for $15K yesterday, but I've been told by a few Menko collectors they believed it to be a fake. Ooh, not good. Not good. How about tarot cards, playing cards? Hey, if there's a market, if people are buying, yeah, come on out. Come on out. Let's see. Hate that name, terrorizing. Let's see. Max, I grew up with Pokemon. It was my gateway to sports cards, and now I spend at least $100,000 in both yearly. I'm still doing business with dealers who treated me well when I was 10. Love it. Let's see. So, see, board games aren't cards, though. Board games are not cards. Let's see. But you know what? I did have a dealer that had board games. It was like TCG type stuff. So, there you go. There you go, Ken. Start your own sports card show. Start your own sports card show. So I got some good deals. I got some good deals at the Janesville Card Show yesterday. I mentioned early on as a seller, I went in, I had a dollar amount in mind, and I think I came just under, but it ended up being more than what I expected as I started setting my stuff up and realizing I didn't bring all of my bargain boxes. And I didn't have many supplies either. I'm like, oh shit, I may not even make $100 today. But I did really well. And I think I made just under what I initially expected to make. So I do need to focus because I didn't prepare anything for this show. I didn't bring anything new to this show. So I do need this week to prepare for the Madison show, which, let's scroll that banner, is coming up this Saturday, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. So let's see. Let's do my first purchase. So these are already listed on eBay, so I've got to be careful. Let's see. Was that? Yes. So my first purchase was, okay, that one. Those came later. These are part, that's there. I think that one and that one. Yes. And then these, that was there. And these 5. Yes. Okay. So my first purchase, my guy JR, big Bowman guy, he sets up. He won't be in Madison this Saturday, but he'll be back in November. He was set up in Janesville. He's like, hey man, I've got some Bowman Cubs. So first one I saw, I do not have this auto, Ludwig Espinoza first chrome auto. So that was new. That was only $10. Then I've been chasing Adon Sanchez first chrome autos, and I've bought a bunch on eBay recently at auction that have gone real cheap. So he had this one. This is the green wave, numbered to 99 auto, $20. I'm like, yeah. And then he had a $5 bin. I'm like, so what do you got in the $5 bin? Any Cubs? He's like, no, I don't think there's any Cubs, but there were. In fact, I think I paid 10 for this on eBay, Adon Sanchez. I'm like, well, for $5, sure. And then Yazan Santana, he's no longer with the Cubs, was released, but this is a refractor auto. I did not have, so I paid full sticker. And then actually this was a throw-in, Christopher Passiola refractor. So that was kind of a free card. I paid $40 for those 5 cards. We both walked away happy. And then I went to my guy, Matt, over at 5 Star Cards. He had some $5 boxes. And so I pulled out right away. I saw some new stuff. He had a first Bowman, Julio Rodriguez. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's got to be worth more than $5. Okay, I need to make sure I'm putting, because I think I listed that on eBay. So put that in the eBay pile. And then I saw this Babe Ruth, and I'm like, it's just a Babe Ruth. But then I looked at the back, and it's numbered out of 100. So there's a good market for low serial numbered from, this is 2004, especially a Babe Ruth. So I think I listed that for 20 in my eBay store. And then I didn't find like anything else. And I'm like, these are the only 2 cards that I found. So I went through a box, and I went through another box, and it's like, none of this is in. There's a few Cubs that I see, but I'm not interested. But then all of a sudden I see this card and I'm like, huh. And I look closer. Holy shit, that's actually a Verlander rookie card. I'm like, this has got to be worth at least 20, 30 bucks. It's worth about 40 or 50. So for $5, yeah. So I bought that. Now it's like, okay, now I'm still looking. Owen Casey is really climbing the charts, the prospect charts. So I picked up a Leaf auto. I'm like, for $5, sure. So I found 4 cards. So there's 20 bucks. So Matt's son goes, you can get another one for free because it's 5 for 20. It's $5 each or 5 for 20. I'm like, oh, sweet. So I went through, and so I just treated myself to another Cubs, Richard Gallardo, Leaf Metal Draft. This is numbered to 3. I know it's a Leaf, but I actually like Leaf. So I got those 5 for 20 bucks. Towards the end of the show, I talked about this. A guy, like a customer came up and he's like, you buying? I'm like, well, maybe Cubs, but it just depends. So he's like, I don't have any with me, but I live here in town. I'll run home and get them. And so he brings back a pile of Cubs, and there were a few that I needed. And first I saw this Nelson Velasquez numbered out of 199. And I'm like, man, this is probably going to be more than what I am willing to pay. Matt Swarmer. This is my first Matt Swarmer card auto, numbered out of 199. And then this Seiya Suzuki, and I look on the back. This is numbered out of 10. I'm like, oh, sweet. So I'm like, I'm interested in these 3. What would you want for them? And he's like, make me an offer. You know, homie, don't play that. So I said, you got to give me a price. He's like, well, what would you pay? And I'm like, what's your price? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, how about all 3 for 40 bucks? I'm like, okay, I'll do that. You know, I think the Seiya itself is 40 bucks. Yeah, the Swarmer is, you know, you could probably find this in a $2 or $3 box at a show. Nelly, I don't know how much this is worth. He had a great finish. He's now with Kansas City with the Royals. So I think for 40 bucks, that was a great deal. And I think we both walked away happy. And I didn't have to negotiate. I'm like, 40 bucks, that's fair. I'll take it. So again, didn't have to negotiate. And then I went back over to Matt's table, 5-star cards. By the way, 5-star cards, one of the sponsors for the Madison Card Show this Saturday, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. Drop off your cards for submission, PSA, SGC, and shop as bargain boxes. So he had dollar boxes. So I'd already kind of picked through his dollar boxes. Now I've got to make sure. Okay, these eBay Cubs. Others. Okay. So so I go back over there because there was by this point, like, nobody was at my table. And this is kind of earlier, midway through the show. And so I go back over there and Tyler's digging through the boxes. And I just happened to flipping through, and he goes, hey, have you looked in that box over there? And I'm like, yeah, I think I've looked at all of them. He goes, no, I don't think you have. I'm like, oh. So I look through and it's like all autos. I'm like, what? So these are dollar cards. So I pulled a Veda Pinson 67 high number, and it's actually in pretty good condition. A little off center. So, Gallardo, you don't belong over there. Oh, and you don't. Okay. Veda, you're over there. Okay. And then Jordan Walker Donruss out of 100. So that's at least 5. I think I listed that in my eBay store for 7 or 10. How about this? Burger King minor league card of Mark McGwire from 1986, Huntsville Stars. Pretty cool card. And then there was a lot of these. First Bowman Chrome autos, David McCabe. I think I've got this listed for like 15 bucks. And then, I can just show a ton. There was more of these. There was this one. This one I pulled out, but it's just got a huge crease in it. You can even see it there. These sell really well. They don't sell fast, but they sell, I get good turnover on these cards. So for all day long, I'll buy these for $1 because I typically move these for 10 to 15. Rick Dempsey, these types of autos typically sell well. I haven't comped any of this, but I figured for $1, and then I ended up, I'm like, I think I got 69 and they said 55 bucks. So get 80 cents or something. So Jose Baez, like a lot of these first chrome autos, they're probably going to be priced at $5 at my store. Some of them I might find for a little more, but I even found some vintage, found that Pinson. How about this? Gaylord Perry, 65 tops. Harmon Killebrew, this one's got a crease in it, 66. Some of these I don't even know why I pulled these, because these are probably going to be like $3, so that's not going to be much, but Orioles, Mike Bauman, pitcher rookie auto. These are sneaky because these actually have good value. This is about a $10 card, the Mood Ring inserts. The Jackson Holiday, I think I sold for $50. Unfortunately, there was no Jackson Holiday in here. Matt Garza, Twins, Topps Chrome auto. I pulled a pile. These are all Bowman Chrome autos, and so I won't bore you, but that's the card. 69 for $55. I did pull, how about this? Rich Nye rookie card, 67 for 80 cents. Hell yeah. A couple Cubs were in there, Yohendrick Panango and Rafael Morel. So good stuff. Great buying show. Probably only bought 75, 80 cards. But it was quality in what I bought. So traffic was great. Awesome traffic in Janesville yesterday. So hope to see the same this Saturday, Madison Card Show, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. Let's see. Shane says, I just sold a Matt Garza Bowman Chrome auto, LOL. Very nice. Very nice. Max and Ken arguing about Pokemon. Cooter says, I would much rather see TCG tables at shows over breakers, mystery packs, and roulette wheels. I won't disagree with that. So that's what I had for today. Great show in Janesville as always. So my show schedule, I'll be set up at the Madison show this weekend, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. Show hours 9 to 3, free admission, 125 dealer tables, sold out show. Doors are open early, so you can meander through the show a little early if you want. Then my next show will be November 11th in Rockford, back at the IBEW Hall. So I'll be set up in Rockford November 11th. The following weekend, I'm going to go walk the Spectacular. I think that's the 18th or 19th, whatever the Saturday is of that weekend. I'm going to go walk the show floor, see what I can find in Chicago that weekend. The following weekend is Thanksgiving, and that will be the Madison Card Show again, Saturday, November 25th. And I'll be set up at that again. And then December. I want to go back to the Kane County Fairgrounds show, but I think that's the weekend of the Couch People Christmas party. So I'm not sure about that. So we'll see as it gets closer. Let's see. Bargain Boxer says, had a dealer tell me that there were more people on Sunday than Saturday. Tells you all you need to know about Peoria. That's interesting. So there you go. And hopefully if I kind of doubt, based on how that show turned out, they do another big multi-day show like that. Peoria needs more shows. I just think maybe I think it's too late to start a multi-day show. Start doing a one-day show and grow it. And even if you grow one-day shows, doesn't mean you have, at this point in time, I just don't think there's a demand for multi-day shows. The Loves Park, the Indoor Sports Center show last October, like, hey, this is going to be awesome. And then the May show, like, ooh, not good. And then the most recent one, not good. So I think it's just too late to start those multi-day shows. Kyle says, I would rather buy cards bulk in a parking lot than go to a show. There you go. Well, and for Kyle, he's a NASCAR. There's not much NASCAR at a card show. Kind of a waste of time. Randy says Champaign needs big shows or just shows. I don't think there's not demand for big shows right now. There's just not a demand for big shows. I think we're back in a time where just a decent one-day show. And I guess the word big could be subjective. To some people, 80 tables is big. To others, it might be 200. So depending on that, you can get away with 150 tables, but I don't think you're going to start a show from scratch and have 100 tables right off the bat. Would be difficult. So let's see. Ken says, is that Wisconsin Dell show still a thing? Nope. That was actually just a one. Well, not a one and done. It was a 2 and out. It was what year was that? 2021. They did a May show and an August show. The August show was actually way down from the May show in 2021. That May show was that's when everything exploded for card shows. So timing was everything. They couldn't get the venue at they got a COVID discount for that venue. And so they just did that show twice, May and August of that year, 2021. Let's see. Victor says they need a better team. Dan says, how do I change the sale price of a card I want to sell on TCDB? I don't know the answer to that question. Let's see. Bargain Boxer says, I agree with you on not needing big shows. I just want more bargain boxes at shows. There you go. There you go. So that's what I had for today. Like, subscribe, hit up my eBay store, link in the description. Come see me in Madison this Saturday. We'll talk tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Central. Hopefully I'm on time. Tomorrow I want to talk about how soft this market is and how it's great for buyers. It's a great buyer's market. I feel like those definitely have an inverse relationship. So there you go. So have a great day. We'll talk tomorrow.